So today we're here with Emily Beckwith. She is one of our guest speakers. She works for Project Search in Durham, and she's just going to tell us a little bit about her job and what all it entails. So Emily, to start with, if you'll just tell me a little bit about your job and what all you do with Project Search.
Sure. So Project Search is a work training program for students with disabilities. Our program, it's nationwide, but our program works with students that are in a self-contained class, so they have a low incidence disability. So students with intellectual disabilities or autism, and some of them also have multiple disabilities. So they do some job skills training in the classroom, but most of the day is spent working in different internships around the hospital where we're located.
Oh, cool. What do you find the most challenging about your job?
What I would say is challenging is sometimes communicating with the students. I think I'm being super clear with what I'm saying in my instructions, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. So then I kind of have to, okay, let me regroup and figure out another way to get my point across.
Okay. Can you tell me about a time when you faced a challenging situation with a student?
Sure. So, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, two of my students decided they wanted to go missing for a little bit while we were walking around doing some exercise and decided they didn't want to tell me where they had gone. So I told them that because they have lost my trust, they weren't allowed to do specific things around the hospital that they normally have because it's a privilege. And one of my students decided he wanted to argue with me about the situation, so that was very challenging for me.
Okay. What kind of teaching style would you say that you follow with your students?
Um, we do a lot of explicit instruction and hands-on, so my students need to literally be shown every single thing that they are taught. So learning how to talk to your coworkers or what to wear, you have to show them exactly what you mean by that. This is what you can't do. This is what you can do. Um, and we do a lot of obviously hands-on while we're working in our internships. From day one of each of their internships, excuse me, they are given opportunity to start working right away. I might show them one time, and then the rest, it's just kind of prompting them to make sure they're doing it correctly from there.
Okay, and can you tell me about a little about like the internships and what all different jobs they have to do every day?
Sure. So there's 3 different internships that my students participate in. They're each 10 weeks long. We are located in a hospital, which is where a lot of project searches are located. So they work downstairs in food services, so they're helping some of the staff members down there with different food items. They have to make sandwiches, they have to clean up the cafeteria and help in the dish room. They also work in the ambulatory care unit or the ACU, which is inpatient care or outpatient care with surgeries. So they do a lot of sanitizing, preparing the rooms for new patients that are coming in. And then the last internship that they work in is on one of the nursing floors. And so they help stock the linen carts. They help stock the patient contact bins, which are outside of each room. They help with nourishments and making sure the nurses' stations are looking good. So each one has kind of different skill sets that they're learning so that when they graduate from the program, they're able to obtain a job.
Okay. What would you say is the most rewarding thing about your job?
I like seeing the growth that my students make throughout the year. So we start in August, and so we're kind of close to the end of our school year now. And the growth that they've made in just their job skills and their social skills and communication is so awesome to see, especially in some of the students. This isn't really something that they learn while they're in school. It's definitely more just our special program. So it's new to everyone when they come into the program. So just the growth that my students make is super awesome, and I love to see.
Okay. Are there any counseling services available to your students if they need?
So we at our program and other students with disabilities are given the opportunity to work with vocational rehabilitation, which offers some type of services for them. we are given different opportunities to work with them, and really that's the main counseling I would say that they get.
Okay. Well, thank you, Emily, for letting me interview you today. And